Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Joe Slam back with another video. In this video, I'll be giving you guys the 10 easiest brawlers to push to max tier. Very simple, very easy. Let's hop straight into it. Starting off with number one, now we already know it's Mo, it's the rat that I hate. That brawler, he's just too strong, he's too versatile. His super is one of the best supers in the game. He takes no damage, he hits you in an instant animation, you're instantly done. You could literally play him to any short to mid-range maps. There's a lot of those maps in Brawl Stars. Just, you could literally solo push it if you want, if you're a skilled enough player, or just team up with some two decent teammates, and then you guys have easy victory royale. Let's hop straight into the next brawler. Hopping straight into the next brawl, now we have Kenji. Now it should be obvious, Mo and Kenji top two. That's why they're gonna get nerfed really soon, right after the World Finals. But then with Kenji, easy cooks. He has so much to his kit. He could, mobility. He has the damage. He has the self-healing. He has the gadget, which could self-heal him even more. He has his passive ability with his star power. Take 90% incoming damage for the first shot, and this is very strong and is very consistent. He has a super where he doesn't take damage just like Mo, and he's able to cycle that super so much, get a lot of squad wipes, get a lot of cycling, and it just puts him at the top. Even when he gets nerfed, eventually when he gets his hypercharge, he's gonna be one of those guys yet again. So Kenji isn't going nowhere. You definitely want to be pushing up a brawler like Kenji. It's pretty easy, pretty fun, to be honest. One of the most fun brawlers in the game. Let's hop straight into the next brawler. Hopping straight into the next brawler, now we have Gale. Now in a mode like ladder, where you guys are gonna be pushing ladder, we have a lot of people playing assassins, a lot of people playing tanks, and you have to have a Gale on your side. For that, you have to have a brawler that does a lot of damage or could counter assassins or tanks. Now with Gale, you have the push pack, you have the twister, you have your main attack. He has a lot in his kit where you could automatically just shut down aggro brawlers like the Mortis, like the BB, like even the Kenji. Brawlers that try to get up in your face and do a lot of damage and very swift with it, use either their speed or their mobility. Gale is that guy to stop. And then when you get to the tanks, tanks are used for pressuring. He could push them back, stun him with his star power and instantly pump out that insane amount of damage that he has. And then it's just easy cooks from that. And then if someone tries to jump on you like an Edgar, totally shut down by that twister gadget. You press that, he can't even touch you. You could just stand right inside the tornado, pump out some damage, instantly dead. Boom, you're moving up. That's a brawl you definitely want to be pushing up. Let's hop straight into the next brawler. Now we have Frank. Now starting off with Frank, obviously one of the best tank brawlers in the game, and then inside the ladder is just his hypercharge and his damage and his health. It's just too much to deal with, honestly, and it's just very strong, very capable brawler. You definitely want to pair him up with a support. It's gonna make him much more harder to kill. His super is really good, stuns obviously. You just want to play him inside a brawl wall, play him inside a any kind of short range to mid range map, and then you honestly get a lot of success. You pair him up with a support, and then you pair him up with another help out or util kind of brawler. It's gonna put in some insane pressure, and you're gonna win a more consistent way with your wins. You're gonna win more consistently with a brawler like Frank. You just unlimited potential of just pressuring your opponents, unlimited potential to stun your opponents, unlimited potential when you're even low, you could just bonk, and he does an insane amount of damage. Let's hop straight into the next brawler. Hopping straight into our next brawler, now we have Daryl. Now Daryl, obviously with his new rework, one of the top brawlers in the game. Kinda in ranked he's more better, but in ladder he still has his insane use cases. He could usually just cycle his super. You want to be playing him again in like brawl ball, maybe like in hot zone games where his super could be really put to the test. He could push opponents back. He could just get the ball, use his super again, and then shoot the ball. It's just so much tactics, so much ways. You pair that up with a support brawl. He's kind of like Frank, but obviously he doesn't have the stun mechanic, but he has a knockback mechanic, and then that knockback mechanic enables like your opponent can't hit you once you knock them back with that super. So it's very hard to deal with. You definitely want to be pushing up the Daryl, definitely pairing up with some good randoms, and you should be very successful. Let's hop straight into the next brawler. Hopping straight into the next brawler, now we have one of the top damage dealers in Surge. His ability just to get through the levels, play him up, and then he could just feed off tanks, feed off assassins, and he feeds off them. He could use his gadgets to any incoming damage. He could just absorb it and pump out some more ammo, pump out some more damage, which leaves him to level up pretty quickly. If you become a really decent Surge in the meta, all you have to do is just get to your stage 2. Make sure you have that star power where you keep alive with that stage 2 on, You get that stage 2, then you could find a way to consistently just get to stage 3. And once you're stage 3, you're actually pretty set. You know, you could pull off some insane plays. You have good range, good damage, and you could just shut down their assassins and then just annoy the flip out of any utility brawl they have. Try to get over to their throwers by using your super. Just playing super aggro with the Surge, especially in ladder, and you just easily push up, get to that max tier, and yeah, you should be all set, Slam Army. Let's hop straight into the next brawler. Hopping straight into the next brawler. Now we have Laurie, the most versatile thrower, except obviously we have Juju incoming, but I haven't tested out Juju yet. But I would say Juju is probably one of the easiest as well. She's really up there. But for Laurie use cases, now Laurie is obviously super versatile. He has his brother Larry and Laurie. I don't know which ones their names are, but he has his brother where he could use his gadgets to get some insane health. His brother is pretty smart bot. He kind of just attacks and backs up, and then he could be played a lot of times in a lot of use cases. You could play him in Brawl Ball, you could play him Hot Zone, you could play him in the new game modes that we have. You could play him in you could just play him honestly everywhere, like even in Bounty and Knockout he gets played, and he's really good, and he's especially when it comes to the drafting process. But for ladder pushers, I would recommend probably playing him in like a nice gem grab, playing him in a nice hot zone, potentially playing him in a favorable matchup, because at the end of the day he still is a thrower, but he is a very, very versatile thrower, and you always like find a way to play him some map, some mode, and it's always going to be a very successful. Let's hop straight into the next brawler. Next up we have Cord. Now it's very important obviously to just have brawlers that could do well into tanks when you're pushing to max tier, have brawlers that do good into assassins, have brawlers who could actually, you know, one-on-one an opponent and isolate them. And Cord is one of those brawlers. He has his own domain expansion, more Tenkai. You know, he could just slow you, he could silence you, he could, you know, he could put him in his own dimension, and then he has a favorable matchup. He has so much that he could do. It's actually insane. This brawler is kind of underrated now. That's crazy to say that Cordelis is an underrated brawler now. I just remember he recently used to be like one of the strongest until they super nerfed him. And he's still that guy. They nerfed him so much times, you know, they nerfed him, but he's still that guy. He's still really strong to ladder, very underrated and ranked in my opinion, and definitely a brawler, an easy brawler. He's not hard to play, a fun brawler, and a good brawler. That's all you need. Those 3 use cases right there, you definitely want to be pushing this brawler up. Let's hop straight into the next brawler. Now we have Chester, a damage dealer, a brawler that can pump out insane damage. You always want to have that in Brawl Stars. You know, a brawler where, you know, Brawl Stars, it's power crept now. You know, there's a lot of brawlers that do a lot of damage, and Chester is he's in that top 10, he's in that top 5 where he could pump out that insane amount of damage, and he's forcing enemies to back up, he's forcing enemies to be wary of him, he's forcing enemies not to overcommit, and that could win you gem grab matches, that could win you Brawl Ball matches, that could win you Hot Zone matches. There's a lot of plays you could play Chester just because purely strictly off damage. Everyone needs that damage in their life, and if you want a damage dealer, you go to Chester, you go to Surge, you go to Mo, but Chester's right there with all these top brawlers. Let's hop straight into the next brawler. Obviously, there's other maps and modes out there like Heist, and for a brawler like that, you definitely want to just pick up the Melody. Pick up the Melody, have a good teammates with a comp. Maybe they want to run like a Jessie and then maybe a thrower, or Jessie and Anita and something like that. Some range, some short range, and then having a brawler like Melody who could, like, obviously once you get her super, she just on the high safe just like that. Speed. Use 3 of her dashes just like that. You get on the high safe, you twirl around, you know, you make sure you're cycling, and then you press that gadget where you could get a shield bubble, and it just allows you to be very strong, very good. There's nothing you could do wrong with the Melody. It's pretty simplified, and you want to just do that in Heist. Some games you're gonna lose, but then if you consistently find a pattern that you need to do and focus on the pattern you need to do, you should win most of your games and head straight into max tier. Max tier is much easier. It's much easier with this new rework. So everyone should be pushing for that ultra mega box, or they should be pushing for when the new season arrives, they could just instantly start pushing for that new ultra box. So it's very good. That's it for the video, Slam Army. These are some 10 easiest brawlers to push to max tier inside of Brawl Stars. That's it for the video. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. We are out.